Hello everyone, what is up? It is Devoodoo here, and I am back after a week absence, at least from talking to you guys, and it is now March, so welcome to March, and welcome to a weekly ritual. Now today is Sunday, March, I believe it's March 2nd, right? Should look at this date. Yeah, it's March the 2nd. Should look at this date before I start. March 2nd of 2014. Now, I'm just warning you all, off the bat, I'm sure you can already see by the length of this video, whatever it turns out to be, that this is going to be probably a pretty long, jam-packed ritual because I have a lot of things to say, a lot of information to give you, and it's probably going to take a while, so. But I have good stuff to talk to you about. I have an announcement to make based on how I'm going to be continuing the filming of my channel and gameplay, so it's going to be a long one, but I urge you to stick through it. Now, first of all, as you can tell, I am not at my apartment. I'm back at my house. I am on break for Mardi Gras, and I am off school to through Wednesday. I'm sure you could have my have the lovely welcome back to my house with my dogs barking, but yeah, I'm on break through Wednesday for Mardi Gras, and this is pretty much what I'm doing this Mardi Gras. I am staying at home. I have mentioned this in the past, but I'll mention it again. I don't really like Mardi Gras that much. I've tried to do the whole parade thing. I really don't enjoy it. I don't really see the fun or excitement in standing out, all freaking day with a billion people jam-packed onto the side of a street, getting there at like 10 o'clock in the morning, the parade's not till 7 o'clock at night, and you don't have anywhere to go to the bathroom, you don't have any constant food supply or anywhere to sit down or anywhere to drink, and depending on where you go, you have the potential of, just randomly getting shot during the day. So no, I don't really like Mardi Gras. This is basically what I do during Mardi Gras. I stay home. Traffic is abysmal, and I just, stay home and relax. And I'm going to one parade tomorrow, but it's because we actually have some rich friends who live right on the parade route who have this really nice house, and they invited us to go. So yeah, I get to get there whenever I want. I have a bathroom, I have free food, and I'm in their house is in a safe part of the route. So yeah, I don't mind going to that, but anyway, that's besides the point. So yes, I have been on a small break from my channel for the past week. It's going to continue into this week, and here's the reasons for it. All right, this past week I was already planning on taking time off away from the channel this past week because I had a lot to do school-wise. It turned into being one of the busiest weeks already of the semester. I had homework and stuff to do like crazy. I had tests. I had a speech I had to give last week, which wound up not happening. I have to give it this next Friday, but I had all kinds of stuff I was supposed to do this past week, and so I was already planning on taking time away from the channel. Then I pretty much got laid flat out on my ass starting on Tuesday of last week with this random mysterious illness that I don't know where it came from. But basically on Tuesday I woke up, and over the course of the day I had a ridiculously bad headache, was extremely nauseous all day. I was dizzy and couldn't really eat anything. So for pretty much all day on Tuesday, I didn't even feel good enough to get out of my own bed. Unfortunately, because of the timing of that, Tuesday was really probably my busiest day this past week. I got royally screwed school-wise because I couldn't get anything done. I missed class. I missed assignments. I missed the day I was supposed to give my speech, which was on Wednesday, because I couldn't write the thing on Tuesday. I missed homework. I got screwed. And so this whole past week has been, I started to feel better on Wednesday. I'm feeling a lot better now, but last week just turned into trying to recover physically from what happened to me, which I think was a horrendous migraine headache, which I've never had before. I don't know why I got it, but I guess I did, and it screwed me. And so it was trying to get over this illness mixed with trying to do complete damage control on all the stuff I missed and trying to make up everything, which is bleeding into this week because I have to make up my speech this week now as well, and it's a mess. So last week I was already going to take time off, but after what happened to me Tuesday, I was done. And this week I'm continuing to take time off until the end of the week because like I said, I'm here. And as I've stated before, when I come home for these weekends or abbreviated breaks, I don't bring recording stuff with me, and I don't do recording here. So I don't have any stuff to do gaming. I didn't even bring home a console, actually, for these 5 days because I don't really have anything to play right now that I'm not currently filming. So, yeah, I'm still going to be on break, and I do have a couple things to do when I get back on Thursday and Friday of next week. Like I talked about, I have to make up my speech on Friday, and my professor decided to be a really nice guy and decided to put a test the day after we come back from our break. Why teachers do this, I don't know. It's like they want to just put this cloud over our entire break. Yeah, we're off for break, but guess what? We're not really, because we have to study, because the day we come back we have a test. It's stupid. I don't know why professors do this. But so yeah, I have a test Thursday and a speech to give Friday. And so it's looking like right now I will be back doing gameplay on the channel starting this upcoming weekend. Alright? Probably starting Friday. Because, once I take my test, do my speech on Friday, I'm staying up at school next weekend, and I'll have a break next weekend to do some gaming. So, with that being said, what I did take care of before this past week was I did 2 videos of each of the 3 games I'm currently focusing on. So I did 2 videos of Don't Starve, I did 2 videos of Metro, and I did 2 videos of Outlast, where actually not only Chris, but Chris's girlfriend actually joined us because she was over. And so basically, the week previous to this one, whichever game that you were liking, you had something to watch because I did like an hour of content of each. So I was really happy with what I was able to get done. I also wound up, I made this announcement on Twitter, which led to some interesting Twitter conversations, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I did officially get accepted into my pharmacy school that I applied to. So all that work, all the trouble and frustration I had last semester, if you were here on the channel during all that, you know about it. I was going through all kinds of stress and issues, trying to do school, but also with the application process, with taking the test, the PCAT, and getting letters of recommendation, going through all this stuff last semester. It was a bunch of frustration, but all of it paid off because I got my official acceptance letter not this past week, but the week before on Wednesday. So it's been about a week and a half, but I got my letter. I posted this information up on Twitter, and the interesting, result of all that was, sorry, I'm actually using my phone as a stopwatch now, so I don't have to keep checking the camera for time. It only took me, over 3 years to figure that out. I actually posted up on Twitter that I had got in, and then I posted another tweet where I actually tagged DSP, his Twitter handle, because I said, my first tweet was like, I officially got accepted in pharmacy school, and my next tweet was, this goes out to the @TheyCallMeDSP, DSP's Twitter handle. This goes out to all the @TheyCallMeDSP fanboys who keep commenting on my videos telling me that, basically I'm wasting my life and I'm a no-life because I made those videos about DSP, and clearly it means I don't do anything with my life and I'm a wasteless human being. So I sent that tweet out there because clearly it proves that I am being useful. And it actually got a response from DSP, which I found quite hilarious. He tweeted back and said, basically, oh, this is how you do it right. This guy made videos on me, he moved on and got accepted in pharmacy school, good job. So I did the PC thing or whatever, and retweeted it and said, I appreciated the classy tweet, blah, blah, blah. And I had a little bit of a conversation with him. And then some of his fans decided to jump on and talk to me, and one of them said something like, well, I hope that, this classy tweet or whatever will help change your mind about DSP. And I'm like, no. I answered him back, I'm like, no, it doesn't, because it doesn't change my mind. Keep in mind, this tweet that he sent me was embedded in the middle of yet another classic Phil Twitter rant he was going on about how, again, about how he's getting bullied and how we have to stand up to cyber bullies and all this stuff. And he was in the middle of that rant when he sent me the message. So, um, you know, what? I mean, okay, he said this, first of all, first things first, I don't need his approval, okay, for how I live my life or what I do with my life. I don't need his approval for him to tell me, oh, you're doing it the right way. I know I am. I don't need your approval, like, thanks, but I didn't really need, your stamp of approval on this. And secondly, his tweet almost made it sound like, oh, you're, look at this guy, he made a couple videos about me, but he moved on with his life, and because he moved on with his life, look what happened, he got accepted in pharmacy school. Dude, me not making videos about you that much, it had nothing to do with it. Like, I could have made a video about you every single day of my life since the first one I made back in June. I could have made a video about you every single day, and I still would have been accepted in pharmacy school and still could have made videos on you. So no, me making videos on you had absolutely nothing to do with me getting accepted in pharmacy school. That was going to happen regardless. So no, people can still make videos about you as much as they want and still do whatever they want to do with their life. So, but you know what, at the same time, I said it was a classy tweet. It was somewhat that he at least congratulated me, even though clearly I am probably, I guess, one of the faces or the figureheads of the whole movement thing that started. And he clearly knows that, but he still congratulated me anyway. So yeah, it was a somewhat classy tweet. Does it change my opinion on him? Not one iota. It doesn't change anything. And again, just a memo to his fans, I don't need his approval for my life or anything like that. And it's a big slap in the face to his fanboys and to him, Phil himself, who always sits there and stereotypes and says, oh, well, people who make these videos are just losers in their mom's basement and they don't have a girlfriend and blah, 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 because I'm DSP and I live in my own condo while playing games, and I'm going to make fun of you for not having a girlfriend, but I have a girlfriend 11 years younger than me that I met on the internet. Haha, this kind of stuff. So I'm a perfect example of the opposite of everything he says, because I have a girlfriend that I got legitimately. I don't mean legitimate. I mean, I got a girlfriend that I actually, went out and met in person. I've had her for over 6.5 years, and I just got into pharmacy school where I'm going to be making a good amount of money with actual decent job security, where I'm going to be leaving my house during the day and doing something to actually help people in the world, which means something to me. And I will not be living in my parents' basement. I will actually be living on the second floor of my parents' house, in my original room. So, we don't even have basements in New Orleans, so suck it. So anyway, I'm done with all that. I'm done talking about that. I just wanted to bring it up and mention it. In fact, my girlfriend actually was nice enough, she brought me a surprise cake. She brought me this Reese's ice cream cake that night, which was really nice, and I took a picture and posted that on Twitter as well. So, so yeah, it was a good day when I found that out. So I'm going to be, it is confirmed that's where I'm going to be spending the next 4 years of my life, and that's what's going to be going on in the fall. Is I'm going to be moving back here permanently and going to school in New Orleans for pharmacy. So I know that I posted on Twitter a while ago, but I know a lot of you don't follow the Twitter, so I thought I'd make mention of it here. So moving on, a couple more things to address. First of all, where am I headed with the content when I come back this week and then continue the channel, and what's the announcement I have regarding my filming technique? Well, first of all, let's start with the announcement. The announcement is that for the most part on most games, I think I'm going to be doing away with the face cam. Now, I'm going to be keeping it for certain games, like Outlast. I will continue to do the face cam. Reasons I'm getting rid of it for most games, okay? First of all, it's a lot more work and a ton of more time that I have to spend on each video that is just a royal pain in the behind for me that I don't really deem it necessary. Number two, I don't really think that it adds that much on games where it's not like a game where you would have these great reactions on camera or anything, and I find most of the time the face cam is just just sitting there pitching on me, not doing anything, just staring straight ahead at a screen. And it's like, how much does that really add to the gameplay? Not a whole lot. Now, games like Outlast, it's perfect because, you know, I'm playing and then something scary pops up and I freak out or scream or throw something, and it's great. It's hilarious. But for games like Metro, for games like Don't Starve, is it really that necessary? And I don't think it is. I mean, I don't think it adds that much. Another reason is, like, I don't get to use my microphone anymore to do audio. I don't get to use the Snowball. And I miss the audio quality that gave me for my commentary. With the camera, you know, I'm using this camera, I'm using this audio, and it doesn't sound as good. It sounds like I'm in a big empty room, and it can be, it's just, it doesn't, the quality isn't as good. Whereas if I'm using the microphone, it sounds like I'm right there next to you, it's crisp, and it's easier for you to hear me, and you don't have to worry about it. Also, with the face cam, obviously I have to take up part of the gameplay footage and overlay it, and sometimes I accidentally put it over like text or something, even though I try not to do that. And really a big issue with it for me is that it slows down my playing of games, because I have to worry about running this camera at the same time recording the gameplay, and I have to make sure that the batteries in this thing are charged up, and the batteries only last long enough for me to really do 2 videos at a time with it. And it's just, overall, it's a hassle that slows me down as far as playing games. I can't power through games like I want to because I'm worrying about the face cam. It takes forever to edit the video. And ultimately, I don't think it adds that much, and the audio quality of the commentary is not as good. So I'm going to be doing away with the face cam for most games, except games like Outlast, future games like The Evil Within that I'm going to play later this year. You know, games like that where it actually would make sense to have the face cam. Unless there's some kind of ginormous hue and cry or big outcry from people, no, don't do away with the face cam, we love it, blah, blah, blah. Unless there's that kind of response to it, which then I'll consider changing my mind, this is the way it's going to be. So it's going to be back to how it was most of last year, just direct capture footage, and then my commentary will come over through a nice microphone, and there won't be a face cam. But I am going to continue to do 30-minute segments. I'm not going to change that. I'm going to keep the length of the videos the same. I'm not going to go back to the old, like, 10 to 15-minute videos. So still 30-minute videos, but more or less the old way I used to record with direct capture, and that's what we're going to do. And it's going to allow me to get through games a lot faster. I'm going to be able to power through games a lot better, and have more content for you guys, which is really the idea, is to have a lot of content. So that's the announcement. Now, finally, what's going to be going on? What am I focusing on content, gameplay-wise, when I come back this weekend and going forward? Well, Metro Last Light is pretty much the game that I want to get through and beat before the 2 games I'm going to be playing later in the month. So Metro is what I'm going to be focusing on coming up. It's not that long of a game. It's only like 9-10 hours long, and you know, I've already played like, what, an hour and a half of it, so I can get through it, especially now without worrying about the face cam. I can get through it pretty easily, I think, and that's what my main focus is going to be. Again, Outlast is going to take care of itself. Whenever Chris is over and whenever we feel like playing the game, that's when we'll play it. I don't have to beat it at a particular time. That game's only like 5 hours long, and I've already played an hour and a half, so I only have probably like 3-4 hours left of the game anyway. And we will beat it eventually, but it takes care of itself. I don't have to put away special days for it, because it's just, hey, Chris is over, we have some time, we feel like playing, let's play some Outlast. Metro is the game that I'm going to be playing kind of off on my own. Don't Starve is a series that the views have basically just tanked off. It's like no one cares about Don't Starve anymore. I still care about it. I want to make this last playthrough a really good one where I last a long time, and so Don't Starve, I'm going to play it whenever I feel like playing it. You know, when there's a day that, hey, you know, blah, 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 I want to do some footage, I don't really feel like playing Metro or whatever, let's make some Don't Starve videos. And, again, I can power through and get through Don't Starve faster without worrying about the face cam. So that's, you know, again, those 3 games are the focus, but Metro is the focus of the game that I want to beat, complete, put a tie on before March 20th, etc. Because those dates are when I'm looking to play the next 2 games. So March, I don't remember the exact dates of this, but they may actually come out on the same day. I'm not entirely sure of this, but there's Burial at Sea Episode 2, which is the final DLC for Bioshock Infinite, and it's really, in my mind at least, the final Bioshock thing that is like going to be part of the canon. Because as we know, Irrational Games is shutting down. Ken Levine is shutting down the studio and reducing it down to a very small number of people because he's moving on to make different types of games, which I completely figured was going to happen. I thought that this was going to be the end of Bioshock. So it did disappoint me, but I was prepared for it mentally. I was like, okay, I know this is going to be it for Bioshock anyway. And, you know, I accepted it. They're selling the rights to Bioshock to 2K, so I'm sure 2K is going to make a ton more cash-in games on Bioshock and probably run the series into the ground. You know, I apologize, but that's, I guess, my cynical gaming nature coming through. So I'm going to hold this as pretty much the last, you know, canon Bioshock thing that comes out because it's Ken Levine, Irrational, they're making it, and according to him, it's supposed to put a wrap and everything on Bioshock. So really looking forward to that. I am going to make a big deal out of that because it is basically the end of my favorite gaming franchise, and it's going to be bittersweet because I'm expecting it to be a really great DLC, but I'm going to be realizing while I'm playing, hey, this is basically it, and it's going to be sad, but I'm really, really looking forward to playing it and seeing what Ken has written as a final send-off to the series. And so I'm going to be playing that, and then finally, if you can believe it, we're going to have a new PlayStation 4 game to play. That's right, Infamous Second Son comes out in March, and so I want to be done with Metro. Ideally, I'd like to be done with Outlast as well, but I guess we'll see what becomes of that. But I definitely want to get through Metro Last Light before the end of March. Now, I've looked at the games that come out for free on PS Plus this month in March. I'm not interested in playing any of them. The main one is Tomb Raider. I've already played Tomb Raider. I've already done a full playthrough of it back when it was new. And the other games aren't really that big of a deal to me, so I don't have to worry about those games. But yeah, so the focus when I come back will be Metro Last Light, and I'm going to be trying to power through that game and get it done. Outlast will happen when it happens, and kind of the same thing with Don't Starve. So that's what's going to be coming up. Last thing I want to make a note of is that right after this, I'm going to be doing a Voodoo's Verdict, and I'm going to be doing it for the game Remember Me. This was a game that came out for free in the middle of February on PS Plus. I did play and beat the game in 2 days, actually, and so I'm going to be doing a review of it for you guys coming up after this video, and then you won't see anything again from me until the weekend when I hopefully am able to get back to Metro. So that's kind of the deal. So it was kind of a long video, but it wasn't the longest you know, channel update weekly ritual style video. It came in at about 24 minutes, so that's not terrible. But yeah, thank you for hanging in there, guys. I'll see you later this week with the return kind of content to the channel, and we'll have some fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I am Voodoo, and I'll see you next with the Remember Me Verdict, and then again with some gameplay this weekend. So thanks, and peace out.